Hey guys, what's up? Vicstar999 here, and today we are doing the review of the original first ever Zelda made. If you're unfamiliar, hey guys, how are you doing? I have been doing a series on my channel of playing every Zelda game chronologically. Shockingly enough, this first ever Zelda game is about halfway, if not even closer to the end of the Fallen timeline. So it's almost like a rite of passage, you know, playing this game. You have to be almost done with the entire series if you're playing this chronologically to play this game. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this series so far, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and let's get into it. So for the first section, we are talking about controls. I played this on the Nintendo expansion pack that's on the Switch, so I just used a Switch controller. This is a 2D game, so it's very, you know, you either go up, down, left, or right. You can't really mess 2D controls up, I feel like. I say that, but I know I've given bad reviews to some 2D games due to their controls, but I would say these controls are just fine. They're very similar to A Link to the Past. So yeah, I didn't have any dislike for them. So I would give the controls like a 7 out of 10. Next category we have is storyline and lore. So this is a very, very basic. You start the game, the princess has been kidnapped, you have to go save her. Pig Ganon is using his Triforce. Of course, it's the original. I say basic. I should say very original. Basic seems a little derogatory, but I don't mean it in that way. But yeah, so storyline wise, we got the crisp, clean original, and lore wise, of course, like this is the story. Without this one, you wouldn't have any other ones. But of course, you know, it being the first game, there wasn't a bunch of extra little things. Plus there was the old man, you know, it's dangerous to go alone, take this. I would give the storyline and lore a 7 out of 10. Like I said, there was nothing like special in the sense of there was lore being added on, but like still, this game is the reason we have all of our other games. So yeah, storyline and lore 7 out of 10, but nothing like, you know, special on today's standards. The next category we have is gameplay. I'm gonna be honest guys, I had a little oopsie poopsie with the gameplay. When you log on to the Nintendo Switch expansion pack doohickey, I saw that there was a special version, and that was the only version I saw on the screen, so that was the first version of this game I saw, and I was like, oh cool. Like, is this like remastered, remix, you know, they buff things out a little bit. So I start playing, and somebody hops into my stream and is like, oh wow, you've only been playing for like 30 minutes and you already have all the items? And I was like, oh no, I started the game and I had them all. And the person's like, so you're playing like a cheated ROM? And I was like, no, I'm playing on the Switch and I just started out. And so we look it up, and the special version, there's a special version of both this Zelda and Adventures of Link, and it starts you off with everything you need. And I was already to like the 3rd temple by the time people were coming in talking about this, and I was like, in every Zelda game I've had to do what I'm missing out on in this game, so let me just have a break. Like, I'm not gonna restart and go play the actual version, because if it's just me going to get my bow, going to get a shield, going to get my sword, all that stuff, I was like, it's okay. Like, let me take I put in the work with these games, let me have a little itsy bitsy break, please. But people just complain to complain. If you want to play the special version because you want it to be a little easier, please play the special version. That's why it was created. But anyway, so I do have to include that before I go too deep into the gameplay, because somebody who might have had to get all these items might have a different score than I have, who didn't have to get all the items. With that being said, the gameplay was pretty all right. It wasn't too challenging. This was one of those games where you could just get in the mobs and the bosses' faces and just spam your sword. Like, it didn't need a bunch of skill, which is kind of fun. Oh, that was it. Okay. Oh my god, the fact that I just survived that is utterly shocking. See, this is why I like having hearts, so I can do stupid dumb crap like that. But yeah, it was very straightforward. I didn't find myself getting lost in the dungeons. The map though, there's not a map. So in your lower screen, there's just a big gray rectangle, and it just shows your little character moving around, but you don't like unlock the areas or anything. So I looked it up, and I guess in the olden days, being the 80s, when you get the game, it came with the physical map. So like me, I was like, okay, I need to go northeast-ish. Like, it was a little hard to decipher where you were going on the map. And also, there's no like linear way that you do the temples. Like, I'm pretty sure you could start the game and go straight to the end temple, temple. You couldn't proceed to the very end though, because you need the Triforce, which involves doing all the other temples. But you can literally do the temples. They're called levels. You can literally do them in any order your heart desires, which is kind of nice because there's not a lot of description with the map on where you're supposed to go. So you could start in the far left corner and just go all across the map to cover all the temples, which might be the way to go with the lack of map and the lack of direction. But yeah, overall, I thought this game was all right. You know, for what it was, I think this was a really good starting Zelda game. A lot of people talk trash about these first two games, but I didn't mind. I really didn't. I'll probably change my mind when I'm playing Adventures of Link. Like, I've played stuff like this before. This is not bad. I thought the ending boss was kind of interesting. I made a save state before I went in and said, you know, we're just gonna test to figure out what exactly it is we need to do. And I was like, so I need to go where the ball is spawning? Like, at first I was like, oh, we're playing tennis. This is the OG tennis. No, very weird. You hit him 4 times and then you shoot him with an arrow and that's it. So if I'm being hit, I'm walking into him. Okay, like that, okay. Oh, I think I just walked into him again. This is hilarious. I love this. Wow, he really packs a punch. Like, the bosses and the temples, the levels were very easy. And I kind of enjoyed that. As like any challenge I had, it was like, oh yay, we're finally to the boss. Woo! Rather than I just survived this temple and now I have to fight the boss. It was more like, yes, we're finally here. I would give the gameplay a 7 out of 10. Honestly, I was like, this is fine. Like, I have no problems with this. Y'all need to stop complaining. Like, this is our parent. This is the Zelda community's parent. I don't know what the sun's doing. Pretend it's just not here. Next and last category is side quests and side characters. So there's not really side quests nor side characters. Like heart pieces, different items. The biggest side quest I can think of is in, I believe, the second to last level dungeon temple. You can get this key that unlocks every door that you will come across. It's like the master key, but no matter what temple or dungeon level you're in. So that would be like the main side quest I could think of, and I think that was easy. It made the last level a lot easier and would be helpful to get early on in the game if you do the levels out of order, but like side quests and characters are kind of non-existent. So 4 out of 10. Being carried by the heart pieces as well as that master key. So with a 7 out of 10 in controls on the Nintendo Switch expansion pack, with a 7 out of 10 in storyline and lore, with a 7 out of 10 in gameplay, and with a 4 out of 10 in side quests and side characters. We have a 25 out of 40, which is a 62%, which is about a D. I honestly had like no problems with this game, no beef. I don't know, like I said, if my review would be different if I didn't play the special version, but I honestly feel like I didn't miss out on much, as well as I needed the break. For the love of God, these games have become so strenuous. It was nice to just like not have to do something. I think this was a wonderful first game. I've never played the first of a series predating, you know, like 1990. So I thought that this was fun and that they did wonderful on this game. I would absolutely recommend playing this game. I think it would be fun for first-time Zelda players. Like, this could be a good place to actually start as a Zelda player. Lore-wise, maybe I'd throw in Skyward Sword before you play this one, but I still think that this would be a great Zelda game for people to play. If you've played this one and The Adventures of Link, which is next, let me know what you guys think about them in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below, I need to not get blinded, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye everyone!